Hey everybody, it's time for Honestly. All right, so today's topic in honor of Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to all of my followers and to all of the lovebirds out there. Um, this one really hit me a little bit different. Why? Because uh, love is just one of those things that I am definitely wanting, needing, but also is fearful. Like I'm very feared about it. Um, and I'll tell you why. So today's topic is be honest. Are you afraid to love again? Look here, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all a story, and it might get a little lengthy, but it's a Valentine's Day edition. So we're gonna. What was that? Probably a piece of fuzz from the hoodie. Okay, so anyways, I'm gonna tell y'all a story from the beginning. Okay, when I was born, which was 45 years ago, right? My mom was 18. She was dating this guy. They were together a some years prior, but then they stayed together until I was about 2 or 3. And what I remember about love was all the things that you would typically remember, right? You see your mom and dad hug, you would see all of the happiness. But one thing that I do remember, even at a young age, was that there was a lot of toxicity in it, okay? My dad was, or not my dad, but my biological father was doing drugs and involved in a lot of mishaps, right? He began to start his trail of being in and out of jail by that point. And it hadn't started quite yet, but it was like on the verge of happening. But he was doing drugs and definitely an alcoholic. I do remember him being somewhat, not necessarily physically abusive. I do remember parts of that too, a little bit. But it's never been confirmed, so we'll leave that there. But still emotionally damaging for sure. To the point to where my mom finally left him, right? So I was about 3 when my mom left him. And we moved with my aunt and uncle, and most of her siblings. Okay. So we stayed there for a while, right? Then we went from that point to me seeing a different side of love, right? I had several uncles that were married at that time. I had 2 to be exact, because there were six of my siblings, 6 of my mother's siblings, and we're all very, very close knit. So the brother that we lived with was not married at the time. He was dating a woman after woman kind of deal, somewhat, but just kind of crazy. Life was lifing for sure, and they was doing their thing, okay? And so not to get too deep all into all of that, but one of my uncles and aunts are still married, right? Been married long haul forever. They will always be married. I don't think they'll ever get divorced. They are married like 45 years this year, right? So 46 years this year. So they were married. My oldest uncle was married as well at the time, but he stayed out of state and he was in the army, so he traveled quite a bit. My grandmother stayed married all the way up until my grandfather's death, although he cheated 10,000 times over. But back then, you got married and you never divorced, no matter what was going on. Like divorce was like not even in the vocabulary, right? Which amazes me to today, that we are very, very quick to divorce, and get out and do whatever, including me, right? So anyways, to go back to that, so seeing different sides of love was something that I learned, right? Something that I seen, something that I learned. My mom finally started dating my then, at one time he was considered to be, by social terms of a stepfather. He later adopted me, and that's the only dad that I really claim and know. And nobody would know the difference. Nobody ever knows the difference, right? So got married, did the whole thing, a little bit later in time. And so that love I got to see, and it was real love. Like they could spend day and night with each other and be together, and you never know the difference. Like they were best friends. They sat up under each other all the time. They drank from the same glass. To this day, everybody remembers that. Like they drink out the same glass, like they were drinking out the same glass before he passed. And so love was a bit different. My other aunts and uncles, they were married, married, divorced, married. For one of them, the other one was married all the way up until a couple of years ago. So these relationships that were around me were centered in love, though. Like everything was about love and family, right? And so as you're growing up, you learn the differences of types of love, right? But that also led me to, like, now for me, I got married the first time at 21. Married a minister, was heavily involved in the church. For most of my life, I was heavily involved in church. And then I took a break after that divorce. We were married almost 2 years. And it was a lot at 21 to deal with. It was a whole lot going on in the background that some people just don't know about. And sometimes I don't even think we knew, really, like, because we were so young. Like I was so young, he wasn't, I was. And so I didn't know how to deal with certain things, or how to be true to myself in those moments of what was happening. But I knew that he loved me. I knew that I was safe to a point, until my feelings started getting really, really, really hurt, and things were just happening. I didn't feel like the priority. I didn't feel like certain things were happening the way that I seen them happening, or the way that I thought I should see them happening. Let me put it that way. And whether cheating was happening or not, we really didn't know. I knew some things, but not to go all off into that either. I just knew what love should have looked like. And I wasn't getting that, or I didn't feel that way. So we divorced. And then I took a long stint of being not married. I won't say single, because I literally can count on one hand the stint of time that I've actually been single in my life. Like during high school, I was in love with somebody, and it felt like The Secret, right? And so again, love starts to really make me question some things. Even looking back on that now as an adult, like looking back on how I was treated all the way up until now. It's been off and on for 30 years, and I finally cut it. And I cut it because I feel like everything is secretive. Like it's one thing to be private, and it's a whole nother thing to be secretive, and not feel like you're the priority, or like you're being pursued the way that you should. Which is all a part of love to me. Like what you did to get her, you need to do that and keep doing that, okay? You have to keep that fire ignited, right? So that you stay involved or stay in it. So I'm looking over here to my notes to make sure I don't miss nothing or forget anything. But society norms show that, or say that, women marry for love. Men marry for comfort and stability, right? They love you, but that's not the initial reason why they do it. And I've talked to several different male friends that I have, and it amazes me that although a man can know whether or not he's going to actually want to be with you or that he really wants you to be that one, a lot of times their actions go after the comforting part of it. So people will stay in situations because they feel like it's comfortable, like it's what they know, it's familiar. Some people leave situations because it's unfamiliar. And for women, we lead with our emotions. So of course, love has to be there, right? In order for me to stay in it, I gotta love you. To an extent, I have to love you. I have to be in love with you to stay. And that's been shown over the course of my history of dating or of being in any type of relationship. If I feel like I am not getting what I want, I will leave. And I have no problems with leaving, which is crazy. My aunt once told me, like, I like really envy that part of you. Like, you're able to leave, start all over, and believe that you'll find what you're looking for at some point in time in your life. Like, you're not afraid to step out and do it and get away, right? So my second marriage was the same way. The dude loved me, like loved me, but the lifestyle didn't show me that. And so different things happened there too. So I mean, but the lifestyle that one leads makes me fearful. So although I go head in, I'm the person who loves to a fault. When I love you, I love you. I love you hard. And when I don't, you know it. And you know that I'm leaving and out the way, okay? I will walk away. My peace costs too much for me now these days. And because I know what true love really looks like. When I look back at my parents, I watch videos and I've sat up under them and I see what real love should look like. And I'm not saying that everybody's love is going to be the same. Of course not. But you shouldn't have a fear of you being yourself and that something will happen to cause a rift for you to fall out of love or to compromise yourself in the midst. And that's one of the things that, although I'm a hopeless romantic, I love love. I love seeing people in love. I actually, I don't envy it, but I want it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not something that I gotta have right now or whatever the case may be. But I do want to feel that same love that I see some people who are married 10, 20 years in their relationship and how they've grown in their relationship and how they're able to really, really like be each other's calm and balance and really be friends, like, and really want to spend time with each other. Like, not the relationships where y'all married but y'all ain't doing nothing, okay? I was gonna cuss. But like, I've seen those relationships too. And not to say that they don't love them. It's just the way that they live and they become comfortable with. It ain't me though. That's it. It just ain't me. I want to spend time. I want to know that I'm the priority. I want to be cared for. I want to be taken care of. Yes. But that doesn't mean that I don't work for what I work for either. It is definitely an equal part. Okay. But again, to be honest and honestly speaking, love just has that side of being the great and the protective, but it also carries some fear to it. And so I want to be honest about that for me. But the question is, am I afraid to love again? Absolutely. Absolutely I am. I don't want to lose myself. I don't want to be naive in love or diabolically like delusional. Like, I don't want that. I see that in a lot of people. I don't want to be that way. I want to be able to grow together. I want to be able to love without any like judgment. Boundaries are set in place. I want to be healed in my love. You know what I'm saying? Like, I should be able to come to you and feel like, not necessarily that you're trying to fix the situation, but at least that you got my back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want that. So, am I afraid to love? Absolutely. Absolutely. Because number one, I feel like no matter how I love or how much I love, my expectation of what love should be in return or and reciprocated to me is not always the same. So that comes with growth too. I'm learning that I can't expect for the way I love to be the same as the way he loves me, or a man loves me per se. Because we both have different minds. We're not the same person. I'm a one of one. He should be a one of one as well. No matter who tries to be like each other or whatever, you are one of one, right? So, also, being in love shouldn't be a weakness, right? It should be like we healing together. We're balanced, okay? It should be balancing. And so I want to feel that. So, but yes, I'm still afraid. I just pray through that fear, because my heart is going to love whoever is going to love. My heart is going to lead me to wherever I need to go. And I hope that God is leading my heart. So, of course, I had to bring God into it because it's me. Ha ha. Honestly. But love is powerful, right? Love is one of those powerful tools. But when it's not rooted in truth and what we know as true, it can lead us to some crazy situations, okay? And I'm not trying to be in a situationship for the rest of my life. Like, that ain't it. So I said all that to say, like, honestly, are you really afraid to love again if you're not in love currently? Are you afraid to continue to love the way that you are supposed to be? And I hope that first you choose yourself. Like, it's you have to show yourself love before anybody else can love you. I can't love you if you don't love you. I mean, I can love you, but ultimately, you got to love yourself. So I'm taking time to do that. I've taken time to really research and go back and look at my life and look at my relationships and look at where I went wrong and what I did wrong or what I may not have done. All of that. I'm doing that now. It's an ongoing learning process, right? But I want to love again. Yes, I do. I do see myself married again. No matter how much I play about it, I do. For the third time. And this time, it ain't gonna be no divorce, okay? Somebody gonna die or something. But being honest about it, am I afraid? Do I have that fear? Absolutely. And I think it's natural. It's very natural to feel that way. But will you continue to run? Because I ain't no runner. I ain't no track star, baby. It ain't it. I'm going to love with the full of what I have. And if you accept it, then you accept it. And if you don't, deuces. I'm good. All right. So I just wanted to share a little bit. It's Valentine's Day. Everybody's in the lovey mood, or maybe not in the lovely mood. I went to a restaurant last night and the girl was like, Happy Valentine's Day or whatever. We was like, oh, or whatever. Like, we were so shocked. You know what I'm saying? Like, not everybody's in the lovey mood, but I hope that even if you're not, that you love yourself first. Show yourself that love first. Give yourself that grace. And then move in the fear. keep going in the fear. All right. I love you guys. I hope that this reaches and touches somebody. If it does, share it, like it, all that good stuff. And I will see y'all next week. Honestly.